In the 1996 animated Disney film A Goofy Movie helped to bring a long-beloved Disney supporting character, being that of Goofy, into the modern age, and deepen his own family relations by introducing his then teenage son of Max, Goof. The pair soon sets out on a classic adventure, and the relationship that the both of them shared and experience were explored throughout the film, which were relatable to all of the people that watched it. One of the pivotal factors in the film was Max wanting to see a concert by the rock music star Powerline. From details mentioned in the animated feature, Powerline was the most popular musician globally in the mid to late 1990s in Disney animated canon. One of the reasons why Max was able to impress Roxanne is that he imitated Powerline on the last day before the summer recess. This is that he performed his song Stand Out and Eye to Eye. Stand Out was sung during the early part of the film, but what's interesting is that besides the version that Max sung during the film, there were two other versions. What's also interesting is that when A Goofy Movie was translated into other languages, this song wasn't. It was sung only in English. The song was later sung again in DuckTales, the 2017 series, Season 2, Episode 14, Raiders of the Doomsday Vault. This was the first time that the song had been ever referenced to in another Disney program besides A Goofy Movie, released 21 years previously. But the main song was the feature Eye to Eye. The song was considered to be one of the most well-known songs of the mid-1990s as a result of how good it sounded and its appeal to fans of the movie or even music listeners in general. The song's title of capital I, number 2, capital letter I, was a sort of tribute to the style of spelling songs that Prince had at the time, such as the song I Would Die For You, as was replaced with a letter 4, and U being replaced with the word FOR, and YOU being replaced with the number 4 and uppercase letter U. It was one of the few Disney songs, much like Stand Out, to not be translated into other languages due to how good it was. While Powerline wasn't the focus of the animated film, viewers of the film remarked about how good the character was portrayed, and how in later years the character was a brilliant reflection of United States music in the early to mid-1990s. An interesting fact about the character is that Powerline appeared as a supporting character to Goofy and Max in the 1996 movie. Most would naturally assume that this was his first chronological appearance. This isn't true. In 1994, Powerline actually appeared in the MouseWorks publication Goofy Gets Goofy, which itself is an adaptation of the Powerline concert scene from the end of the animated film. Popular opinion had it that Powerline as a character was inspired by the musicians such as Prince, Michael Jackson, and Bobby Brown. A widespread fan assumption is that Brown himself was even supposed to be cast as the voice actor for Powerline before Tevin Campbell was hired for the job during initial production, but a 2020 interview with developmental staff for the film denied this theory. As for the exact time in the film, though not officially technically mentioned, official related merchandise sold by United States retailers have shirts promoting the tour and the stops of the tour in question have where the tour is supposed to be located as prior stops, and future stops being the one that Goofy and Max go to is Los Angeles as the second to last stop on the tour. So theoretically, the film takes place in June, right with the summer recess starting, meaning that the animated film took place approximately mid to late June of 1995. In the 2001 Sony PlayStation video game Goofy's Funhouse, within Max's room, there are several posters of Powerline, as these would be the first chronological mention of Powerline since the animated film in 1996. As mentioned, the 2017 DuckTales series had multiple mentions of Powerline as well. These references to Powerline might have been for viewers who might remember the 1990s feature and not necessarily accurate for the time that the DuckTales cartoon takes place in. According to Mark's Goof, Powerline was the main musician globally in the mid-1990s. DuckTales 2017 takes place slightly more than 20 years later. It would be highly unlikely that Powerline remained the most popular musician globally for more than 20 years, but it's viewed as a nostalgic reference to those who remember seeing the 1990s animated film when it was released. Sometimes a character can be forgotten when they were a minor character but remembered majorly.